Satan got me at a pretty young age. He was, he introduced me to the real pretty things, the girls, the cars, the money, and he got my mind to where that's all I wanted. That was my dreams in life, was to be the baller, driving around in the big cars and to have the big stacks of money, have all the real beautiful women around me, and I knew that none of that was gonna be at school, none of that was gonna be at home. So I basically just did what I wanted, man. I went out on the streets and I was kicked out at 14 years old. I caught my first case at 11, and I continued to catch them all the way up until, my 30s. It wasn't until I went to prison when I was 18, was locked up for 5 years. It wasn't until after I got out of prison that life started getting rough, because then I was forced to be an adult, and I had no idea how to be an adult. I had done whatever I wanted up until that point, and none of that had anything to do with surviving as an adult. It was pretty much just surviving. So I started selling a lot of meth and pretty much taking felony chances, prison changes, life changes daily. I didn't care, it was either spend the rest of my life in prison or get killed, and either way, that was the only way I knew. I had my first daughter, Serenity, that I believe, Satan he lost a little bit of control when that happened. She was the first thing of real love in my heart. And about a year and a half after she was born, she told me she loved me for the first time. And when she did that, she did it like 2 in the morning, came lay down with me on the couch, and I knew right then that I was going to have to stop selling dope. It was the only way I was going to not go to prison the rest of my life. But when I stopped selling dope, I still had an addiction that was already out of control. So here I am. Only thing I've known is going to prison and selling dope, doing dope. And now I have a child, and I have to figure out how to raise this family without any kind of ability. When I realized I didn't have control anymore, I ended up trying to commit suicide. Hung myself in a tree, and the cops pulled me out of the tree and brought me back to life. My daughter seen the whole thing happen. It terrified them. It didn't help anything, actually. It just made things worse. I was like, man, I can't even die right. Here I am. I don't want to live anymore. I can't kill myself. I'm forced to be here on this earth suffering, and at this point I really started hating God. If there was a God, he was definitely not my friend. I had no love for him whatsoever, and I thought he was letting me survive to basically to make me, just to pay me back for everything I'd ever done. So it was a Wednesday before Christmas, and all these guys were sitting in this room, man, and I had seen them all before, and they were all smiling and having a good time and enjoying themselves, man. And you could tell that there was nothing but peace, and it was just a bunch of guys that loved each other, cared about each other, man. And I'm just looking at all these dudes, man, and I'm like, man, I feel this, I want this. How do I get this? And basically, man, they just surrender, man. Just come to Jesus and let Jesus be your father. And when I did that, I decided that night I was going to do it, man. You know what? I'm going to give it all to God. I'm giving everything to Jesus, and I did. And I believe I was born again that night, man, because ever since I walked, around them same dudes, man, I look at them like they're all my older brothers. Like, not even all of them are older than me. They're all just, but I just, like I'm a little child. Like I'm just freaking little kid, and I just look up to all of them, and they're all so full of love and compassion and tolerance, man. They love me when no one else would. When you're born again, your spirit is just alive again, man. It wakes up, and it's like, look, I've been dead for so long, man. Look, I'm ready to live. I'm alive, and I feel that, man, and I feel it all the time, and it's just amazing, and I get that, and it continues to grow, and you know what I'm saying, the only way for me to continue to let it grow is to get rid of all the things, that block it out, like lying all the time, or I'm sleeping around with people, or just doing the stuff that I know as the old me was just what made me miserable. And and just as long as I keep that stuff just stays out of my life, and I can still feel young and like a child, man, it's a beautiful feeling, man. And God gave me another chance, man. Jesus gave me another chance, and when he gave me that other chance, I took it with everything I had this time, man, and I ain't trying to let it go, and whatever it takes, man, to be obedient, whatever he needs me to do, I continue to do it. I just do the next right thing, and So that's what this song is, man. This show is called Another Chance, and the first song I'm singing for you guys is called Another Chance.